All right, so we're back. We're back. Um, I want to give a shout out to everybody who sent a donation over the past couple weeks. I see you, and one thing I realized by because somebody sent me $200 and then somebody sent me 150. There were two different people, and shout out to you brothers who sent me that shit. And it made me kind of think like you never know who's watching your page. Like sometimes you may have somebody watch your page that got money like that. You don't know. Like anybody could be watching your shit. I know the government and the motherfuckers, they be watching my shit, but you never know who'll be watching your shit. But everybody who's supporting and shouting out the channel, um, Jay Vaz, Speak Your Mind. Check out that brother's channel. He's really promoting this fucking channel. If more people could promote the channel like this, brother, man, like shout out to Speak Your Mind. That's his channel, Speak Your Mind. What I just said, Speak Your Mind. It's spelled just like how you think it's spelled. Check out his channel. He be dropping his information from his perspective, and he be shouting out the channel. So yeah, I see it. I see you. But I'm really not gonna get too I don't want to get too disrespectful because they really trying to play with my channel, and like I'm gonna try to switch it up a bit to get my message across because I know we got a lot of, like I said, I don't want to be disrespectful. We got a lot of people that are kind of like sensitive and shit. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being sensitive, but be sensitive to the point where it's gonna bring you some fucking money. It's gonna bring you some knowledge. It's gonna bring you something. Like just don't be fucking sensitive because some fucking certain letter of the alphabet word told you need to be like. You see what I'm saying? Be sensitive because it's gonna help you. But motherfuckers, you can't say anything and then they get upset and they look at you because they're so triggered in trauma and they're miserable. And I don't like miserable people. Like if you're miserable and you're around me, I'm gonna make you more miserable. Like I'm a reflection. This is just how I am. I can't help it. Like if you're a nice person, I'm gonna be nice to you. If you're a D-bag, I'm gonna be even more of a D-bag because if you're a more powerful spirit, you could be the bigger demon. This is why when you were in your family or you're in a situation and everybody's fucking up and nobody says nothing, but when you do it, it's a problem because you got a powerful fucking spirit. You got more energy. So if they're a nice person, you could be nicer. If they're a dumbass, you could be more of a dumbass because you persuade it. But since you know not how to be you know how to not be a dumbass, you can't be one. So that's not even a problem. But when it comes to you being a negative person because they piss you off, people can feel that shit more. They can feel that shit a lot fucking more because you got that powerful energy that's protruding from you. So like don't even like, that's what thing I'm realizing. That's why a lot of motherfuckers, they don't like my channel because I can't. It's like in this world, you can't really be yourself. You could be yourself in terms of we all have a certain spiritual path, but in this system we live in, if you want to like kind of get ahead, it's very hard to do it being yourself. I'm not gonna say you can't do it, but it's very hard to be yourself. And this is why most people, it's hard to be yourself and succeed. Like me, I could be myself and succeed. And even because my spiritual path is important to me. So I don't give a fuck about being myself because as long as I'm on my path, I'm going to get what I need. But other people, they don't have a spirit. They don't know they have a spiritual path. So they feel like they need to like prove shit to everyone and try to think that they're trying to think that there's somebody that they're not. And this is why everyone's gonna fail in life. 99% of people are gonna fail in life. That's why I named this video that, because every person that I see, like because I don't really want to I don't like to get personal because like I don't look at family the same way you guys do. So that's why I don't really get upset at my parents because I know they're not like that. But one thing I've realized is that most people are depressed and miserable, right? And I'll see every single person I walked and I see in my life is depressed and miserable. And then I'll see how certain people in my family will be acting. And it's the same way certain people externally I notice will be acting. And so I'm able to kind of see, because like if you're around people in your family, you're around them a lot. So certain people, I see certain like similarities, and it's like I know what's going on. So like when I see everyone outside now, I know their background. I know what's going on because I'll see somebody in my family. Because look at people in your family and see how they act, and then correlate it to how people act in public, and it's the same because everyone's technically the same. So when you see how your family acts, they act like these bots. So this is how I can tell what's going on behind closed doors, and a bots what they're doing behind closed doors without even knowing. I can see. So this is why, like, when I see a lot of these bitches out here, right? 99% of these bitches are very miserable and traumatized. This is what you guys need to understand. This is what because when I learn from life. This is why I always have content, because I learned from life. So when I'm living life, I'm seeing things and I'm coming to my conclusions, and I'm actually proving I'm testing my analysis, not just saying it, and I'm testing it. And what I tested and what I came to this conclusion from me experiencing life is that 99.9% of females are depressed and miserable. And this is why a lot of this is why we always, a lot of niggas that you see and you see and you hear on these fucking channels and just in your reality, they'll tell you that a lot of these bitches have problems and issues. When you date them, they're just fucking like, they're fucked up mentally, and they may act bitter and angry. It's because they're miserable. Like, just like you have a lot, I'm not saying men aren't, because men are miserable as fuck too. That's why all of these niggas gotta go on semen retention and they play video games because they're miserable. So 99% of people are fucking miserable. This is what you need to understand. Bitches are more miserable because we're in a society that you have to be masculine, and femininity can't get you anywhere. So now most bitches have to prove themselves when they're in a setting because of the way the system is. So it kind of conflicts. So this is what makes a bitch more unhinged and more fucked up mentally. And then this is why it plays out as how they act. So you can't find no good bitches out here. You have to just be like a dog and just use them for that one thing. You have to at this point in the game, because these bitches really, like, they're nothing. And I'm not saying that you can't, maybe, like, because from what I've concluded, when you're, because you know how they talk about you got to leave the country to get these females and shit. And I really didn't want to make this about bitches, but I want to just say this shit because it ties into what I want to say about the 99% of miserable, because this is why everyone's miserable. But you know how they talk about you got to go across the world and country to find women. There's a reason they're saying that, because bitches in the US, USA, you need to understand, is not the same as any other country. This goes beyond just women, and even we men are not the same as the other. They put a lot of shit in the food, and if you're not cleansing and removing shit, there's a lot of chemical warfare in the US that's not the same in other countries. You guys got to understand that. This is why they have certain ingredients banned, and then they don't have a ban in the US. The reason for that is because they're trying to attack the US more on a chemical level. So this is why you think the bitches in the US are more fucked up than overseas. And I'm not saying those aren't, but the way it is like, everybody has anger problems, but I'd rather be with somebody that's that personality with anger than with that personality with anger. So that's how it is. So I'm not saying that it's perfect. It's more perfect than the bitches here. And when you understand that what's going on, you'll understand that it's the chemicals that they're putting inside the food. The chemicals they put inside the food is changing the females and the people, not just females, but everything in the US that consume it, females and men. But it's changing the females in a way where they act more different and more than the people outside the country. And it's not just they're doing it to just women, they're doing it to everything. So even the men act more different and everything. So this is why you guys see why bitches the way they are, is because they're fucked up mentally because of the food, the chemicals, and they're mentally depressed. They're all unhinged because of the way society is. And test out my theory. Just go out in public. Everyone you look at looks miserable and depressed. Like it's getting more of a pattern that I'm seeing, like everything and everybody. So this is telling me that the elite or what the people who run this shit, they're gonna be doing depopulation, because if no one's working and everyone's depressed and everyone's gonna be getting old, then this is where they're gonna start doing like some type of depopulation, or like put everybody in like some fucking on the computers and like lock everyone inside and shit. Because the average human being is becoming useless. So their use is not going to be physical. It has to be on the internet now. This is why they're making robots, so the robots can be the physical use, because human beings aren't going to have any use no more, because all of nobody's having kids no more. And since nobody's having no fucking kids, everyone's going to be getting older, and there's not going to be anyone else. So pretty soon there's going to be a lot of, because us right now, if you're in your 20s and shit, or you, let's say you're in your 30s or even your 40s, but let's just say around 20 to 30, in the next 40 years you're going to be like 60, 70, if you think about it. So if no one's having kids now, in the next 40 years from now, mostly there's going to be old people. It's not going to be that much young people, and it's going to kind of, this is why I have to bring in AI, because most people are going to be too old, or back to be hurting, and it's not going to be enough young people, and then and then everyone could only work in the fucking computers. And then that's what they're going to try to have that shit. Everyone's going to have to only work on computers, because everyone's going to be too old to even be doing physical. So they're going to have the AI to do it, because it's going to be all you niggas watching my channel are going to be a bunch of old fucks in the next 30, 40 years. And there's no one's having kids. When's the last time you seen a bitch that's pregnant? You don't see that shit really that often. You don't see that shit often, because no one's having kids no more. And it's not just because people aren't fucking, it's because it's sterility. People are fucking sterile through the member. They're sterile, and then the food that they put in Doritos and Oreos and fucking Chips Ahoy, all that garbage you niggas eat, is not the same as 2007. The chips and Oreos in 2007 were probably more healthier and natural than they are right now. So all of that's creating sterility and problems with the brain, this is why I said it's beyond just the women and why they act and why everyone wants to move out. It goes beyond that, and it's not even really just. Well, I don't want to really get into that because I don't want to go all over the place. But you guys see what I'm saying, though. I'm gonna read some of these questions. What's good with it? What's good with it? Yeah, but it's just crazy. That's why no one's having no kids, though. Everyone's sterile. I know a lot me, because I'm like, I fucking fast, I cleanse, so my organs are fucking healthy. If no one's cleansing and fasting, like that's the thing. If you do all the cleansing and fasting, then your shit is good. You can remove all this shit. But no one cleanses, no one fasts, no one does any of that shit. So shit, fuck them. They're gonna end up having to live with this bullshit just in their system, because you have to cleanse all the shit that goes in your body. It's just chemical residue that stays in your body from the stuff that you consume. If you're not cleansing it, it's gonna build up. Like when you drink some of these drinks, it leaves a chemical residue in your body. Just like you piss it out doesn't mean it's gone. It's still like it builds up the chemicals, because a lot of the chemicals they put in the food is not edible. It's not natural. They're like chemicals, like fucking paint thinner chemical that they use to put on the wall, like shit that's not supposed to be in food. So it stays in your body, because especially if you're eating this cheap processed food, because there's a lot of it. And if you're not cleansing it, then it's gonna stay stuck in your body, and then it's gonna be. So that's why it's good to do these fasts regularly and shit. He said, I see Chinese food was not hard to explain. Yeah, shout out to everyone in the room who left the comment. Shout out to Jay Vass. Yeah, everything I say you can see in real life. Everything I say you can see, you can check and validate, because I get my knowledge from actual life. And when I say life, I'm not just talking about life. Like I'm talking about like life, and life goes beyond. When you die, you're still experiencing life because it's still part of this version of life. Like you're not out of it really. It's still part of your life, really, your spiritual life. You're just on the death aspect of it. We're not now. We're experiencing one aspect of this whole life thing. So it's like this shit gets really. So when I learn, when I get, that's how I get my information. It's by experiencing life. Because that's where everything originates from. Every book you read, they got it from somebody was in life writing it. Even the Bible, even the like everything. They were in reality. Just like right now, I'm in reality making a video. I'm in reality moving my fingers, making a video explaining myself. There was that's where the same people who, when they wrote the Bible, they were in reality writing the Bible. Always remember, every book that somebody wrote, they were in reality. They were in this same reality. It wasn't no fairy tale, because what happened 10,000 years ago happening right now. It's not like anything in terms of like the reality. It's not like, oh, there was something. No, it's like they were in this same reality experiencing when they wrote that book. So where did they get that information? They got that information from life, because there's nowhere else they can get it from. They came to that conclusion to write that book from their observations of life. They were just able to observe it, not even observe it better, because some of their information ain't even shit, but some may be able to observe the reality better so they can explain it better and be able to write it down. So you have to read their book. But at the end of the day, it doesn't take away the fact that they were observing this reality when they wrote that fucking book. Even when you want to say that somebody may remember some information from a past life, they still needed these organs in this reality to be able to even come up, to be able to like process that. Because in order to have human thought, you have to be within the human spirit, like body and shit. But everything I say, you can validate it. You can check in life. Yeah, but you guys gotta understand, 99% of people are gonna fail at life. You guys gotta understand that. 99% of people are gonna fail at life. Like that's the thing. They're gonna fail at life, and I see it. I just fucking see it, man. This is why, like, man, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. I see the same patterns in every single person. Like I can see a pattern of failure in an individual. This is why I don't even fuck with most people, because I see failure in so many people. It's like they don't recognize, like they do the same shit. Like they do they'll it's like, because at this point I don't take no one serious, because it's 2024 and all the people that I used to know and people I used to call friends, like when I see how like they're in the same situation as 3 years ago, and then the way they talk, like they talk like they're about to do something. I'm like, sit your stupid ass down. You're not about to do shit, because you haven't done shit before. And anytime you present people with new shit, they don't like that. So it's like, this is why I say 99% of people, they're gonna fail at life. What's funny is that you'll see people complain about, like, especially these bitches out here. They'll bitch and complain how like they can't find anybody or there's no good men. But it's like, bitch, you're not even a good fucking bitch. You're a stupid bitch. You ain't even. You're not good. You're nothing. What the fuck do you bring to the table? Like, you don't bring nothing to the table. You're depressed. You're miserable, and you feel, because one thing about women is they feel like the world is owed to them. They feel like they're owed something, and that's not how this shit works. Because if that was the case, then it will be only men that have to pay taxes. It will be only men that have to um, participate in the bargain and gain system or some stupid shit. You see what I'm saying? Like that will be the case, but that isn't the case. But so for some reason they feel entitled, but they're not shit. And there's nothing wrong with feeling entitled if you are somebody. If you are somebody who's great, you should want something great. If you have $1 million and you want a Lamborghini, then you should be able to get it because it's something nice. So it's like you gotta like. So I'm not hating on it, but what's the value you're bringing? Bitches, they don't have shit. It's like it's a leech, it's a drain on like resource, and for the bitch to just be angry and bitter and upset all the time, and it's like it's ridiculous, man. It's crazy. This shit is fucking crazy, like. And then it's like you are what you attract, though. So most bitches are angry, miserable, and depressed. And because a lot of dudes will say women have selection and shit. And it's like, you guys gotta understand it. You can't say that. They got selection, but it doesn't mean anything for a woman. That don't mean shit. If a woman goes and gets fucked by 100 dudes because she has selection, that's gonna make her less valuable because most men don't want that. So you can't really say that. It's like this reality, men it's a give and take. You can't have your cake and eat it. So you guys gotta look at the equilibrium of it. At the end of the day, most bitches, like, because if you are what you attract, then we're in this reality, which that's how this reality goes. You are what you attract. What you gotta understand is that it doesn't matter if you have a selection. All of that selection is going to be trash if you are yourself are trash. So if that wasn't the case, you won't see so many bitches that you say have selection be complaining about men. They will all at least have some Prince Charming that wants to do everything they would say. But the thing is, any man that can do that for that type of woman doesn't even want that type of bitch. The same way a dude who just stays home and fucking plays game and just does whatever on the internet, a female who's fucking on IG that's a model doesn't want that dude. It's the same correspondence. You see what I'm saying? It's the same thing. So you got to keep that in mind. Like nobody wants trash. This goes beyond men and women. Any spirit in a human or animal body doesn't want trash. A dog won't go eat the shit. It's gonna eat the meat, but it's not gonna go to the shit. So why would a dude that has some type of value, or even a woman that has value, want something that's trash? So it don't even matter about your selection at the end of the day. That's why most of these bitches is miserable, complaining about how men ain't shit, because it's like, you don't deserve shit because you ain't shit. You just a stupid, raggedy, dumbass, dankhead bitch that needs to probably go and fall off a cliff 3 times. So just shut the fuck up, bitch. Like that's how I see like most of these bitches out here, because they're just stupid. And you guys gotta understand, like, because they have a lot of programs running in this world. It's a lot of programs. From the chemicals to the mind control, and now we have social media. This is getting, and then we got depression and anxiety, because mental illness, that's a program as well that they've implemented, and they created it through social media. And the social media is actually making people more awkward, weird, and depressed. This is why they're inventing this AI, this VR, and all this shit, because at some point, it's going to be no point talking to another human, because the average human's going to be fucking mentally lost. So it's like, that's where we're headed right now. And it's just fucking crazy. Like, it's just fucking crazy. Shit is crazy. Like, I don't even like, I see why Nature Boy did what the fuck he did. I see why he did what he did. He just got the fuck up out of there. Where he fucked up at is he was putting his shit online. If that nigga didn't put any of that shit online, that nigga still be out. He'll still be out doing his thing. Cause there's people doing that shit now. Cause even if they thought he was doing it, if they didn't put it on, if he didn't put it online, they would have to build up evidence. And you know, like with the courts, they can't charge you unless you have evidence. So even if they thought he was doing it, if he wasn't filming it, they would have to build up evidence and try to figure out and try to sneak in people in there and stuff. But the thing is, it's funny though that fucking he put all his shit out there, and then that's why they arrested his ass. But I see why he did. I see why he did what he did, because nigga, this system is a cult. At the end of the day, this system is a cult we live in. That's why they took down Nature Boy, because he was doing what the U.S. was doing, but it wasn't regulated and controlled, and they don't like anything that's not regulated and controlled. So that's why they took him down. It wasn't because he did all that shit to those bitches. These motherfuckers, they kidnap children every fucking day, and they take organs and sell them, and then they peddle drugs through the cartel head fucking boss, and they give them that shit so they can sell, and then they try to arrest the fucking members that sell it. But the fucking DEA, they do a lot of fucked up shit, so they can't even talk about what Nature Boy did. They have a fucking bullshit ass court system that's fucking ran by force and military and violence, but they try to act like it isn't. Get the fuck out of here. Like, they did way worse than what Nature Boy did. Nature Boy didn't do shit compared. So it's just so funny how like it's all a cult, and like it's just like a gang. Gangs are fucking bad. They hurt people and shit. So one gang kills another gang, the other gang can't be like, oh, he's bad. And no, he's just, you lost, nigga. He took you over because he's the only gang in town. So like that's what the fucking US did to Nature Boy, because he was doing that shit at the end of the fucking day. But I see why he did what he did, because like even the way the world's going, you're gonna have to like have something, not like crazy what the fuck he did, but like have like a type of some shit going on where you're good with yourself, or when you got other people around you or whatever that are able to like build a community or something, but not like some crazy Nature Boy shit. That nigga was just what are your thoughts on Deja Vu? I don't even really know anything about no Deja Vu. I've had Deja Vu a few times, but I don't really know too much about Deja. I don't even know about, like, all I know is like, because this reality is not even a real reality. Like, we created this reality. So things like deja vu are just things that are like something that we created. It's not even like something that deep. Is because we created all of these experiences. To be honest, from the root cause, we just created it to experience these. He said, "Are people going to fail at life due to their mindset or to their programming?" It's gonna be both. It's gonna be both. People, when I say people fail, I'm saying people have already failed. It's not like people are going to. They've already failed. It's already a wrap. Like this I don't want to say this world, but like this generation of minds is it's already done. Like it's a wrap. There's already things that have already. It's not like you can only help yourself in groups of people that are cool that you're like working with. You can only help yourself in groups of people that you're working with. You really can't help anyone else because it's already a wrap. Everything's already said and done. Everything's already like they already have all like the technology, all the shit. It's already gonna be done for everyone. Not for everyone, but for most people. So it's not, you just got to save yourself at this point, and then hope other people see you, and then you just go and do, and then they can do for themselves. But because you guys got to understand, like nothing that's happening right now, everything happening right now is a result of cause and effect. Like you have to look at the collective as one big like consciousness. If that consciousness is doing stupid, dumb fuck shit, then stupid, dumb fuck shit's gonna happen. People collectively are on some fuck shit. So this is why the government is gonna do what they're gonna do. So you guys gotta understand, like, so many the things that is going on in life is happening because of the ignorance of the people. Like this is why, like, the same shit that happens in the US doesn't happen in other countries, because of it's a different situation and the people are different. So you guys got to understand that. So when you see a lot of people out here wanting to play victim, you guys got to understand victim energy is demonic. Anytime you see somebody complaining or bitching online, like there was a video of some, I don't know, some bitch fucking complaining about, like, she was crying to a celebrity on fucking TikTok or something, saying, "Give me some money." And I'm like, that is so, I'm like, this bitch is fucking retarded. Like, she must be either really fucking retarded, or she must try to be doing this for some clout, because I can't see if she's for real, because if you're for real, you got to be fucking retarded. And this bitch is begging and just being a victim, and, oh, I need money and I'm broke, and I'm like, that's so demonic, because the victim energy is demonic. And every person I see that's a victim, they're not really a victim. It's they refuse to do what they have to do. And because I'll see motherfuckers out here. I remember I see this dude in a wheelchair, and I was gonna give him. He was like, he was cold. This was a couple months ago. He was cold, and he was all shaky, and he only had one leg. And I told this nigga, I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And he ignored me, and I thought he just didn't hear me. And I had a hand warmer. I was gonna give him a pack of hand warmers. And then I was like, "You want a hand warmer?" And he just walked by me, and then I just ignored him. And then, like, he came again, and I was like, "You want a hand warmer?" He looked at me, and he just, like, had like an attitude. And I was like, "Nigga, that's why your ass got a fucking don't even got a fucking leg, nigga. Don't act that attitude with me." Or no, what I said? I was like, for somebody who only got one leg, you sure got an attitude, bitch. And I said something, and I cussed his ass out. And then he turned around saying, "Oh, you fucking chomo." Like, I don't know where the fuck that came. He's like, I don't know, that nigga's weird as shit. But he said some weird shit. Like, and I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out of here, Joe, stupid ass. Like, cause like I hate being disrespected like that. And I'm like, I was trying to be cool with the dude. So it's like, that's why I'm like, at that point, it made me realize, like, I don't even really fuck with people no more. Cause it's like, I don't even like to get disrespectful like that. But I'm like, even a motherfucker with no leg is a fucking bitch ass nigga. And I'm like, trying to be like, he can't even be humble. That's why I don't respect no one that ain't like, well, I don't even want to get into it, but like that shit kind of pissed me the fuck off. That's why I cussed his ass out. I'm like, that's why your ass only got one leg, and you have the balls to still have a fucking attitude. I was like, I was trying to help your stupid crippled ass. Like, I literally was cussing his ass out because he was getting, like, the way, like, you guys didn't see it when if you were there, you guys it would have been justified. I wasn't just being on some asshole shit, but I don't even want to give a fuck, nigga. Like, cause I don't care what you niggas think about me, but I was just being real, to be honest. Like, shit's funny. Niggas fucking retarded. Like, to have the nerve to disrespect me, and I'm trying to give your stupid ass something. And then that right there made me realize, when you see somebody on the street suffering, and or you may see a retarded artistic person, and you don't feel sorry, because you don't know that spirit may be wicked and evil, and that's why they're going through what they're going through. Like, his attitude is the reason why he is cold, homeless, on the street with one leg, because he had an attitude. And it wasn't like because I've seen people in fucked up situations and they have a good attitude, and people like that, I always I like this. It was a homeless dude opening the fucking door for everyone, just kept opening. Like, I'm like, why the fuck are you opening the door, nigga? Like, you're homeless. You don't have to be doing all this shit. Don't open the door for these motherfuckers. Have some respect for yourself. And then I gave him like $20 right there because he was doing that. So I was respectful then. But like, if somebody's on some bullshit disrespect shit, I'm gonna cuss you the fuck out. Because if you're a nice person, I'm gonna be a nice person. I'm just a reflection. And that's why I realized, I'm like, that's why I don't even respect. That's why you guys gotta just understand. Like, don't just look at life and worry about yourself. Don't be feeling like, oh, this person's a victim, or feel sorry. Always question people. If somebody asks you, if somebody comes to you and you're at work and they're like, oh, you know, that person over there, he said this and that. you need to question that person. Why the fuck are you talking about this dude? You need to be looking at them. So always look at the person that's complaining or has something to say. Look at them as like, what are you doing to your situation to better it? Why you always keep complaining about all these people? Like, I always trying to flip it on these motherfuckers, because a lot of these people, they're not shit. Because a lot of these bots, just like they're bots, you like, if you're like, for example, if you're around a bot, you would not want to be around them. But when a bot goes home to his friends and his bot family and shit, bot friends, he's gonna complain about you like you did something. So you guys are both complaining. So you guys, you see what I'm saying? It's like, it really don't even matter. Like, when you really think about it, like, these people are gonna do what they gotta do. So fuck them. Somebody said, "What are your thoughts on the time speeding up was doing in people's mindset? It's going to make." I don't really like time speeding up. It's going quicker, but I just try to. I don't even like to think about stuff like that. I like to just live my life, because if I start thinking of time speeding up, then I won't have time to do anything, and I like to have time to do shit. So I just be like, let me just do my thing. But it is speeding up though. I don't even know when it's gonna because it's not. Eventually, I think it's gonna just disappear. Like, we're not even gonna use time no more. I don't know when that's gonna be. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just chilling right now, guys. I'm just chilling right now. He said people gossip a lot, and I'll be questioning them who talk about people in the first place. For real. It's just like some dude, they'll go and like steal somebody's female in a fucked up way and still want to be with the bitch. Like, why would you even want to be in that energy? If I went and I stole somebody's girl, I'm gonna be thinking like the bitch is not even trustworthy. So it may not have to do with cheating, but it could probably do with something else where she may like be disloyal because she already has that energy. Because if you're disloyal to them, then if you're mad at me one day, and you're gonna be mad at me because that's normal, humans get mad at each other, then you're gonna be disloyal. You see, so you gotta look at the energy, because down the line you'll be able to see. Because always remember, every single human being gets angry, gets depressed, and gets upset. So if you see somebody who's unhinged while they're not even in those emotions, then you need to stay far the fuck away from them, because when they get into those emotions, they're gonna actually be even more unhinged than the person who's normal and you like to be cool with. Because you have, everyone's has the dark side, but it's when they talk about your like soulmate or somebody you're cool with or you connect to, or somebody it's like when you're with somebody like that, it's not a problem, even though you guys argue, because you know it's an understanding. Versus, so it's like you gotta pick and choose who you with. So you gotta be careful. Like, all these motherfuckers out here, like, if you see somebody doing some like snake shit, you gotta understand. That's how I always be looking at. I always be. A lot of these bots out here are the main, like, because one thing about a lot of these agents out here, I don't even like to say agents, but a lot of these motherfuckers out here is that they're not like, I can see that the hurt in so many people, because when I see the hurt, it it comes off as a certain way. Like, they'll try to smile and be fake, and I could just see the pain and the hurt. And in my mind, I'm like, why don't you just be real? Because then when I see shit like that, I like to egg it on, and I like to upset it to make them even more angry at me. And like, especially if they're trying to, I don't know. I like to do certain shit sometimes. That's what I do. Like I'll just say certain things to just piss people off if they're like coming with that negative dark energy. Because I like to show it as a mirror. Because I hate dark energy so much. I don't like it. And if I'm around it so long, then I have to stay away from it because like if I'm around it so long, then I'll start trying to want to participate in it, which it could be bad. That's why I have to be away from. Like if I'm around somebody with dark energy, then I'll start getting very upset and angry, and then eventually I may say something or do something, and yeah, like that's why I keep this with me. I don't have a gun on me. Well, I have. Well, I don't want to tell you guys what I have. I don't have no gun on me, but I have this on me, and I just keep this just in case. I got some bear spray too. Because me, it's like I like right now. I'm on a spiritual path, and there's a lot of things spiritually that I need to be doing, and I'm working on, and I'm trying to be a breatharian, and that's my main fucking focus. So I'm like not worried about nothing else. So it's like I'm not trying to fight and get my clothes dirty or try to like scruff up or my face or lose a tooth or anything. So like I don't like when I get scared and when I don't want to lose something, I'll like do drastic things. So that's why I like have my gun on me or I have my spray and because I don't like to fight. Like I'm a fighter and I've practiced taekwondo like back when I was like 2002 all the way up to 2008. I was fighting and shit, but I don't fight and shit like that no more. But like I can fight, but I really don't like to fight. I really don't. Like I'm just like I like to get to the point of what I'm trying to do. And if you're a threat, I like to just eliminate the threat by any means and do what I gotta do. I'm not trying to sit here and prove anything unless I'm you gotta pay me some money. I don't need to prove to anybody else unless I'm trying to get paid some money. Because at the end of the day, like I just do things my way and I really don't give a fuck what anyone has to say. Angry, depressed, and obsessed. Speaking fat. I remember my coach. She seemed very laid back and chill, but all of a sudden, word out. It's a straight study, y'all. Yeah, because a lot of these bitches is very unhinged, and they have a lot of you got to understand too, they also going through periods and shit. Like they have a period every month, and that right there throws off their hormonal balance and everything, and the chemicals in the food. And I'm not just saying women just have the because men have issues too, and I can make a whole video about men. It's not just about women. It's like every human beings in this reality is fucked up because everybody is fucking programmed through the system and is consuming their bullshit chemicals. It's mainly the food that in the drinks that people are consuming, and it's changing the chemicals of the brain, and then they're spraying chemicals, the technology and the radiation is all like retarding people's brains, like making it reverse and just slowing it down. That's why there's so much ADHD and everyone's depressed and needs medication and everyone needs to be on their phone and everyone looks fucking just miserable. Like look at the average kid that's around, what do they call it, Gen Z. Every person I know that's like of that Gen Z is depressed. I don't think I know anybody of that fucking group that's not depressed unless they're like on TikTok making money or they got like they're like an entrepreneur, they made like millions and they got like some success story or some shit. Like other than that, I don't all of them else are fucking all of them are just depressed, miserable, sad, and there's a pathetic excuse. Like like that's just from what I'm seeing. Every single one is like they're just depressed, miserable, and they like have a story of how like life is fucked up. If you think about it, and that's not really normal because even like back in the day, like I remember like back in when I was growing up, like people that were around that age back then when I was younger, but like when I seen people that were like in their 20s and shit, they acted different, and like it was more like they lived life and looked at life as like something to live and shit. And even like not even just that, even like because you guys got to look at it from all perspectives. So even like even the people back then who were just at home depressed, it was still depressed in a different way. So like nowadays it's just everything is just different because the social media is really did it. Social media really fucked everything up. Well, I don't want to say that because like it's a good and bad because you can make money from it, and pretty soon all the only way to make money is going to be through like the internet and social media. So it's obviously needed and shit. Well, at least they made it like that. But at the end of the day, it's like social media is the main culprit of like why people are mentally disturbed because people are using social media for stupid shit. And then all like it's gonna be crazy, man. And then people eating up all this garbage and shit, which is already damaging the body and shit. Like, so if you're not fasting, cleansing, like this shit's already like killing you and fucking you up. Because anything you put in the body is causing mucus, even fruits and vegetables. We're going into a new time, so we're gonna have to start getting new information and stop beating around the fucking bush. Like in 2024, I'm not saying stop eating, but this information, it should be well known right now and no beating around the bush that any food you consume is causing mucus. That's plain and simple. It's just like alcohol. It causes liver issues. Doesn't mean people don't drink. People drink on New Year's. It's something you participate in, which is fine. But don't take away the fact that it causes mucus. Like, don't try to say that it doesn't harm you and you're full of shit. You're just trying to make an excuse for something you don't have to. Nigga, I'm not saying don't do it. Just know what it is. Somebody said, what's good with it? Just a bunch of empty shells with implants, false memories, soulless beings. Yeah, I guess. People even look older and mature in a good way back. Yeah, they did. Yeah, people look old. Most social sites like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram are all for pedophiles. Yeah, I don't know. I guess so. Been vegan for 7 years. Lost 160 and feel better than I ever have. Yeah. Yeah, because you're putting less chemicals in the body, so you're gonna feel good. But that's a good mindset for you. Yeah, I'm just going over some of these questions. Yeah, but the channel's back, guys. I'm gonna have to start I'm gonna try to chill out on the language. I know why I got banned, so I know exactly what I said. I was just saying too much. So I would just because I don't know. You can't say certain words, and I said certain keywords, so I know why I got banned. So I just got to be more not respectful because I'm not respectful at all. I could be highly disrespectful and not even swear. So that's not even about respect. It's just I don't want to get this channel banned. So that's mainly what it is. So yeah, food definitely is a drug. I can feel the addiction consuming my body and mind. Yeah, it is a drug. If it's not a drug, then just eat apples and oranges because apples and oranges is food. Eat vegetables. Eat that every day. Or how about this? I won't even say that. Just go eat fucking the same thing every day. It could be unhealthy or it could be healthy. You're not gonna want to do that. You're gonna want to switch it up. So that just telling you that it's more than just the act of eating, because you can eat the same thing every day, and if it's about eating, you should be satiated, but you feel sick and you don't want to eat it. So it's like obviously it's some type of chemical reaction that's going on that's making you feel like you need to eat something else and not the same thing every day, let alone like fruits and vegetables every day. Yeah, fuck ayahuasca. I would never do that shit. Yeah. Every person I know that's taken shrooms or ayahuasca is a moron. I don't know anybody intelligent. It's like you took all that shit and only thing you can tell me is what you seen and what you heard. Like, oh, I was seeing the color. I was hearing the color yellow or some stupid shit. Or I saw fucking a white light and it told me that you like I don't know what the fuck these people they be just I don't give a fuck what you see, nigga. Like you're gonna like it's not like you're telling me something that's important. You're just telling me like it's like I watch a Disney movie and I'm like, oh, I saw a fucking bright red light and it went over the sky and then I seen the fucking frog started dancing and I seen this and that. Like, okay, I'm just telling you a story, nigga. Like when you do shrooms, you're telling me your story that you've seen some shit. I don't give a fuck about your story. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything. Shrooms, weed. Well, I did weed, but shrooms I never did, and psychedelics. Yeah, I couldn't do those. Yeah, I don't need to do them. And all the weed is poison, so there's no point in even doing weed. It's all poison. I don't even know why motherfuckers even like still even smoke that shit. It's all poison. Like at least you're making growing it yourself, but if you're getting it from these clubs, it's all poison. Fucking like everything in the club before, because I remember the clubs like back in 2012 and before, the clubs out here you used to be able to go to the not even around like probably like 2014 too. You used to be able to go to the clubs and the weed that you bought was grown locally. So people will grow their weed, sell it to the club, and if the weed was good enough, the club will buy it and sell it in stores. Now it's like all of this shit is pre-packaged and it comes from some company that's based in fucking like LA or some shit. And I'm like that's all the companies. They're like the based in like fucking the Bay Area or somewhere. Like they're all like and it's like all corporate and shit, and they're all pre-packaged. And I'm like, okay, now I know like they're putting chemicals in it now. This is why you don't get weed like that no more. You can't get it like grown locally and shit. Some of the weed companies say that it's grown locally, but I don't believe them. They're putting something in it because like why we have to only buy from these select few brands? That's why I was like, I'm not smoking this shit no more because you don't know what the fuck is in it. At least if you're gonna do it, grow your own at least. But who the fuck's gonna want to do that? It's too much fucking hassle. And then the amount most people smoke, and then how much grows, and then you gotta wait, and then unless you have an indoor setup, then depending on where you live, you gotta worry about the smell and them running up on your ass because you fucking ain't supposed to be selling that or growing that shit. It's like it's ridiculous. That's why I look at everything as just it's a waste of energy. And this is why I'm so excited and I'm so motivated on this breatharian path to really do this. And because like all of this just takes so much energy. I remember like it was like a couple years ago, I was running around, driving here, going here, and I'm like thinking like, why am I driving? And I'm like doing all this, and I'm like, oh, because I gotta go get this, pick up this food, then I gotta go get this weed, and then I gotta go over here and buy this shit and do that. Like all this consumption. I'm like, what the fuck is all this shit? I'm like, it's a waste of my energy just to do what? To get a feeling that if I was breatharian, I could have that feeling 24/7. Because when you're breatharian, you're always in a bliss fulfilled state. It's like a blissed out state when you're a breatharian. So that's why they're able to be a breatharian because that consciousness, which is that blissful state that they're in, it you don't need to eat because you just don't feel hungry because you're in that consciousness. So it's like once you're in that, you feel fulfilled. So you don't need food. You don't really. This is why you see most of those breatharians. They can go like walk on hikes for like weeks and not need to be on their phone and shit because their consciousness and has turned into their entertainment. Like it's like you're able to be in the now more. It goes beyond just eating. Don't think the breatharian consciousness is just not eating. It's other ways, deep spiritual shit and consciousness and perception changes that come along with not eating. It's not just the not eating, it's other things that come along with it. That's why it's the whole breatharian path is not even about food not eating. It's not about food consumption. It has nothing to do with it. It's really to do with the meditation, the qigong, the yoga, and like all of them. That's really what it's to do. And the byproduct is not eating because when you do qigong, yoga, and all that shit for years, because this shit takes years to do. Like when I tell you guys my appetite is low, I've been doing this shit. I've been doing yoga since 2021. And when I tell you that the progress that I've made, it happened so slow that I didn't even realize it until like when I look back now, it's hard to remember how I used to be. Like I can't even really remember. And I remember 2021, I was really depressed and I had headaches all the time. And like now the headaches are gone, but I don't even remember them being here because it was such a slow process. And in that process, I don't need to even really consume and eat as much anymore. So like I'm saying, like it's the energy that's flowing, and this took me years to do. I've been doing this shit since 2021, which I'm glad I've been doing it because I didn't even know what I was. I just thought the yoga was for getting rid of my headache. I didn't really know it was contributing to me not needing to eat. And I knew there was something because I remember I had fucking went on a 3-day fast back in 2021 in April, and I remember after that 3-day fast, I went and got something to eat, and I didn't even eat. I didn't even eat it because I didn't feel like eating it. Like I was like, that was the first thing that was like weird. I'm like, that's weird. Usually I'll, and it was because of the yoga. So fast forward like 3 years later, like I don't even like the shit I consume is so little, and like I feel like in the next 3 years I probably won't even need to eat anything because it's like it's an ongoing process. It's very slow. It's very slow. There's hold on. Let me read some of these comments. That's why when you see some of those monks, they be able to be doing some of those crazy things, and they're able to go and stay in a room for like all night and do a whole bunch of weird like shit. Is the reason why they're able to do a lot of that shit is because they're building that key. They're building a lot of that internal energy that they're building that what they call chi or key or whatever. They're building that. So when they're able to build that, they're able to do more with their body, and that energy is sustaining them. So they're able to maybe have these like when they can punch a brick because that they got that energy is within them because they build it and they can punch a brick, or they can maybe they're able to fucking um jump a little higher or some shit or do some weird shit, not eat for a few days like that. It's because they're building that energy and shit. There's all the breath there. It's all connected, and it's to be honest, it's like, well, I don't want to get into that right now, but he said there was this guy, I can't remember his name, but he was saying that through breath work you can get to a psychedelic effect. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't need any of those drugs. You don't need you don't need any of that. You don't need anything, to be honest. You don't need anything. Like if you're watching my channel and you resonate with the information, you don't need anything. When I say that, I mean it. You don't need anything. Don't let anybody tell you that you need anything. Right now, you don't look at right now like, oh, I need this, I need that. Look on like I'm working on not needing any of this shit because you really don't need anything, to be honest. Once your body develops and you do the energy, you're gonna notice how you need less and less. And even when you do consume, it's gonna be very little. It's not gonna be like a lot. That's what I'm starting to realize. And if you look at the way the world is, how everything's getting more expensive and everything's shrink, even the reality is telling you that you don't need shit no more. Like, cause in this world we live in, right? Like right now, we don't everything you can't put all your love and trust into this material world. If you can't be happy without it, you won't be able to be happy with it. So this is why I'm saying you don't need anything. I'm not telling you to don't go and achieve and make money and shit. The thing is, when you don't need anything, that's when you get the most money. So how you can tell when you have more and you don't have to work as much, that's an indicator of you how much you don't need. So the more you don't need, the more you don't have to work and the more it's going to come to you. But at that point you won't need it. You'll be able to enjoy it and look at it, and you'll be looking at these material things differently, but you won't need it. Versus the more you need it, the more it's like it's gonna push it, or you're gonna push it away, and you're gonna have to work harder for it. You're gonna have to work at this dumbass job, and now you feel like you're just working for your bills and shit because you're in a state of need. And if you want to fulfill your needs, you got to pay for this shit. Which is, if you don't have no needs, then you're not really fulfilling shit. You already fulfilled your need, which was to get into that conscious state. All that other shit is just some shit that you need, that the spirit gave to you to fulfill, to like keep you in that position. Because you need money to survive in this world. You need things, so it's going to give you that if you're on your path. So that shit's nothing to do with anything other than just giving you what you need to keep doing what you are doing. It's like if I'm gonna go pull a heist, I'm gonna need to buy a van, buy some rope, get the burglary tools to give to the people I'm hiring to do the heist for me. You see what I'm saying? I can't just have them go and do it without me doing. So I have to help give them something. That's how the spirit, it gives you something. It gives you that to keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. Just like I'm gonna give him the tools so they can do what they need. I need them to do. Sun gazing. Sun gazing is a meditation. It's a way to get energy into the body as well. Sun gazing. But you want to be careful doing it because it can damage your eyes if you do it the wrong way. If you don't want to just stare. They like the best time to do it is sunset and sunrise. That's the best time to do sun gazing. Sunset and sunrise, because it's not too bright and you're getting that maximum energy from the sun from looking at it, and it's not too bright. You can look at it longer and it's actually comfortable looking at it. Yep. Yeah. He said he calls himself a Breatharian. Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to have it. It hasn't really, it's been fucking raining out here for the past week. Yeah, this fake ass rainstorm. It wasn't too bad as it was last year though. Last year I think it was worse. Or maybe it was just it wasn't raining where I was at as much, because it was raining like crazy over here, but it wasn't like it was yet last year. But last year I was in a different area. I lived in a different city, so I think it was just worse at some places. Yeah. He said low Earth is a low key scary place, or the human body is so limited. I've been seeing vids of how huge the ocean is and instantly. Yeah, you don't want to think like that. You don't want to think negative. At the end of the day, it's like, even if that, let's just say that is right. Earth is scary and ocean can kill people. Let's just say that is a fact. Who gives a fuck? Like, okay, it kills people. Fuck people. That's not gonna take away from my happiness. Yeah, somebody could die in the ocean. Yeah, Earth is a scary place, but I've said does that mean I have to agree to that? What makes you whatever it make you say that it's scary, but so what? Like I can still be happy. I can't what I'm supposed to be scared 24/7 as long as I'm living because it's scary. Like I'm not gonna do that. It's scary and I get it, but then fuck it. It's like when you do, you got to be to a point where you just got to say fuck it because like I'm not saying I don't have fear and I don't question and like sometimes I'll be kind of like, but the way I look at it, I look at it from a third perspective. Like for example, if I going somewhere and I see something and something pisses me off, I'll look at it like why am I pissed off at that? Like I look at it from a third perspective. You can't look at everything from a direct perspective, like because you're not any of this shit. So always remember you're not any of it. Don't take it so serious. Like your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, you're not any of that. So when you say that, oh, this place is scary, that's a thought and an emotion. You don't have to subscribe to that. You don't have to believe in that. It's just like something that made you angry. When you were angry, you were like mad and hitting shit. But now you can talk about the shit that made you angry. Even though it makes you angry, it doesn't make you as angry as back then because you're not in that same thought and emotion because it wasn't you. Just so over time, like you forget about it. It may still piss you off, but not to the point where you're punching a wall. It can't because you're not in that thought and emotion. So it's like because it isn't you. So it's like fuck it. Because I'm not gonna like let something that I see like keep me down. Like fuck that. Like yeah, life is scary. Can be that and all that, but I don't even really care. Like even like the best example is Kid Cudi. He says something in his song years ago. I remember he said, "I never gave a fuck what people thought about me, but then I did. But fuck it." That's the best. That's the best thing that I can like use as an example for what I just said. Is like I do care and I do feel scared and I do feel this at times, but after feeling it, fuck it, I'm still gonna do it. Oh, I'm scared to go and do this and do that. Yeah, I'm scared to do it, but fuck it, I'm still gonna do it. That's how it is. Yeah, you may care what this person may say sometimes because they may piss you the fuck off because they don't want to shut the fuck up. Yeah, but fuck it, I'm still gonna do what I gotta do. Gives a shit. And then it's funny because when you do that, then eventually you don't care anymore. And when you don't really, one way you can tell that you pissed off. Because I noticed one thing I noticed about these bots is that, like, if I let's just say there would be something I don't want to do, or like I'll be like, let's just say there'll be something I'd be kind of embarrassed to do. If I would do it and I'll be thinking about is anybody watching me, nobody will say shit. But the moment like I don't give a fuck, and in my mind I don't care, I notice motherfuckers will come and start saying shit to make me feel. And it always happens when I get to the mindset when I don't care. Like there'll be a time I think somebody said, "Oh, um, I don't know. It's just you guys know what I'm talking about. Like when I don't give a fuck, then that's when they want to attack to try to bring you back to that low vibration. But when you actually give a fuck, then it's like they don't fuck with you because they're like, okay, he's already at that vibration. So that right there make me realize, okay, I don't give a fuck about any of this shit now. So it's like it's easy for me to keep the mind because anytime you give a fuck about stupid shit that's not important, it's because you have a blockage. So you have to remove your blockages because you're internal, especially if you're a powerful being. If you're a powerful being, you don't your original state and your normal base state is that of clairvoyance, clarity, and just clear vision. That's your base state. So anytime you start feeling depressed or you start thinking weird thoughts that you can't control, it's because you have a blockage and you have to remove. So you have to do the yoga, qigong, and the fasting, and then you have to do this long enough, and then it's gonna remove these fucking blockages. Because if you don't, then you're gonna be. This is the mind control plays on the blockages. So if you have a blockage, then the mind control program it can have you react in certain ways, in subconscious ways that you're not aware of. Like this is why a lot of you niggas can't give up certain things that you may need to give up. And you're doing the same shit because you're on the same loop. You need to remove the blockage, and then the subconscious programming can't play on the blockage. Because when you remove the blockage, then the subconscious programming will have nothing to attach to. The blockage is really what's the main issue. The subconscious programming is just it's like a what's the word, indicator, or some type of, like, it's just it's giving you feedback or telling you what you should do. You don't have to listen to it though. But if you have a blockage, the blockage is actually part of you, because it's with your organs and your muscles and your body. So that is a part of you. So if that's fucked up, then it's going to be hard for you to break the program. This is why you have to remove all blockages. This is why you can't eat a lot of, like, most motherfuckers are gonna fail because they have blockages that they don't know it. That's the most scariest thing to do, is I have a blockage and not know it. This is how you have 99% in the world. Bunch of people out here that are gonna just die in misery because they don't have the knowledge on how to get rid of blockages. So they have a blockage, and then this is why you see people killing people and murdering people and doing crazy shit, going to jail, because there's blockages and shit. And then they don't teach you how to remove it. So somebody may have a blockage of extreme mental emotions, and then you're saying, "Oh, control your emotions," but some people, like, their karma is so bad where they can't control it. This is why when you, if you're mentally disturbed and you commit a crime, you can plead insanity and get away with it, because the human mind can get to a point where you literally can't control it because it's so much triggered. There's so much blockage. The more blockage it is, the more you can't control it. And this is why they have plead insanity, because some people, the blockage and the karma is so intense that fucking they they it was, they couldn't control themselves. But 99.9% of people can. So this is why it's hard to plead that shit. Most people are to a point where it's damn near impossible to control it. And this is why you have motherfuckers out here, they make, like, it's just weird. This is why they have to keep some people in jail, away from society, and lock people up for, throw away the key, because they can't have them out, because their blockages are just they're gonna keep committing crimes and shit and hurting the people. So, like, it is good they lock some of these people up, because it'll be literally like the Saw. There'll be niggas out here creating fucking houses, torture chambers, and kidnapping people and just having fun with them and shit, whatever that is to them. Like, like, 'cause that's how it's really fucked up, how the human mind can be, how low it can be. That's why you want to make sure because when you have a blockage, it only gets worse. When you have a blockage, it's only two things that can happen: it gets worse or it gets better. The only way it gets better is you're removing it. So you're doing qigong, yoga, and fasting, or qigong, yoga, and fasting. That's it. And that's when it's getting better. If it's getting worse, then you're not doing any of that qigong, yoga, or fasting, and you're just sitting on it. And in the blockage, this is why people who take medication, they have to up the medication over like three. Because anytime you have to up a medication, and I'm using medications to correlate, to show you guys proof in life what I'm saying is right. Anytime you have to up a medication, that's because the medication isn't working anymore. And the reason it isn't working is because there's more blockage and more pain that the medicine has to work through. So you need a higher dose so it can be able to work through it. So this is an example of how you only get worse. Anybody you know that has mental illness, they don't get better, they get worse unless they actively do something about it. Just like if your car is breaking down, or you fucking have your shoe is untied. Your shoe's not going to get tied until you tie your shoe. Your car's not going to work until you fix it. So it's the same thing. You got to remove the blockages, though. That's why I say 99% of people are going to fail, because you're only going to go up or down. Most people are going down. So, like, remember the video? I even talked about it in my last video, the financial guru. Um, if you look at most people and how they make money, most people work at a 9 to 5. And I'm not hating on, and like, don't take this like I'm talking shit about any of you guys who work a 9 to 5. Like, I'm not like, use your common sense. Like, I'm not talking down upon, oh, you guys work at night. Obviously, people got to do what the fuck they got to do. So I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is that, like, looking at these bots out here, you guys have a mission, you guys have a goal in mind that you're trying to work on, and then pretty soon, if you keep working on it, the spirit will take you out of that 9 to 5. So just keep doing your spiritual thing and you will be out of it. So I'm not speaking about you, but I'm talking about these bots out here. How, like, it's 2024, and when I see anybody working in 2024, I'm looking at you like you're a bot to me, because we've had all these years. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, so don't make me think I'm supposed to be some entrepreneur, fucking head honcho, Greg Cardone ass nigga. Like, no, that's not where I'm at. But get what I'm saying. It's 2024, and if you, like, are still working at a fucking 9 to 5 in 2024, that tells me something about your character, because we had all of these years. And because you guys got to look at it like it's the year we're in. We're in 2024. So next year, look at it like 2025. Remember back 2-3 years ago, everybody was talking about fucking just whatever they were talking about, how they're gonna make money online and how we're gonna do this and the system's gonna collapse. Always take note of what people are saying the system's gonna collapse, or this is gonna happen, or when. Always take note, because as the years go on, you have some type of, like, evidence and proof and like some type of, like, shit that you can see to make you know that this is all full of shit. So it's 2024. If we went to 2023, 2022, 2021, and 2020. Throughout those years, everybody was talking about cryptocurrency and making money online and all this shit. Why is it that back in 2020, 2019, and 2021, everyone was telling you to buy cryptocurrency, and they say you're going to be millionaires if you buy this coin for less than a penny? And remember how they had everybody buying, like, a bunch of coins? But look at it right now. You said, I'm not saying cryptocurrency isn't the future or it's not going anywhere, but you got to look at it like people are full of shit. So in 2024, why is it nobody millionaires like they said they were going to be? Because all these crypto coins was going to go up. Why is it the system collapsing? It's all because this shit's all bullshit. It's all fake. It's not real. So this is what I'm telling you. In 2024, if people are still working a 9 to 5, that's telling me that you haven't been on anything, because you had all this time to do something and none of it worked out for you. So your last resort is a 9 to 5. So what the fuck? So I can't take you serious no more. And I'm not just saying this as just talking shit. I'm saying this because I proved what I'm saying is right. So when I talk to every single person that's working at a 9 to 5, because I like to back up my evidence. So I tested my evidence. So when I went and talked to each person that works a 9 to 5 in my life, I come to the conclusion that they're dumb. So this is not just me saying that, because every person that I talk to that has an ounce of common sense is an entrepreneur, or they have their own business, or they're doing something where they have some type of money where they don't have to work at a 9 to 5. Or, you see what I'm saying? Like, so, like, I tested it out, and I come to the same fucking conclusion. So so I'm telling you, like, you can see a person's actions and what they consume and see all about them. That's what I'm telling you guys. Like, it never fails, because it's all a program. It's in 2024, working at a 9 to 5 is a bot program. Anybody who's supposed to be a so-called enlightened chosen one, spiritualist, ashwagandhi nigga, whatever the fuck, or more, anything that you want to call special, anybody that's that, and I'm just saying this as quotations, anybody that's that is not working no 9 to 5, really. And if you are, you already have plans on getting up out of it, and you're gonna get up out of it. But for the most part, you're not. Ain't nobody working that unless they're a bot. And like I said, this doesn't go to the people who fuck watch, man. I'm not like saying, because do what you got to do. But I'm just saying this is what I observe, and I'm not saying like it's wrong, because some like, we're all at a different stage and shit. Like, there's nothing wrong with working at a 9 to 5 if you have a plan. But if you're like one of these niggas who just sit there, you work just to fucking save up money, you're wasting your life, man. Well, I'm paying my bills, or I gotta do this to. And don't hang around anybody who doesn't have a prosperous mind. Anybody that Like if you have any friends, if you work at these 9 to 5s, don't hang out with any of them. Don't hang out with any of them because they're gonna keep you. They're gonna if you hang around the wrong people, they're gonna manifest certain situations in your life. Okay, let me tell you guys something. Have you ever like met somebody and you had a dream about this person? Like you just started talking to somebody, or you met somebody, or sometimes you may have a dream about me. That's showing you that you're influenced by energy around you that could be other people. So this means that if you are in a positive mindset and you're trying to succeed in life, you can't be around other people that are negative because they're going to have you manifest certain situations because you may have certain dreams or whatever. It may not even be about them, but the energy, and it can manifest certain situations in the reality where you don't even get ahead in life because you can't. If you have good blessings and you're around somebody with negative karma and horror and curses, then you're not going to be able to get your blessings because you getting your blessings is going to be them getting some of those blessings because you're going to help them. So this is why, like, when you want to be successful, you have to, like, they say when you're successful it's like a lonely road or some shit. Is because it is, because you can't be around certain people or it's going to fuck your energy up. Even like me, like, when you like, even when I get like, if I was ever gonna run, well, I don't even want to say that, but like you'll see some of these financial people, they'll tell you about how they're gonna run a class and people need to join their class and shit to make money. That's full of shit because if I'm gonna join your class to make money, eventually somebody's gonna be among one of those people that's gonna say that your class didn't work. And the reason your class didn't work is not because you didn't work, is because the guy didn't work. So this is why, like, if I was the financial person, I'd be like, don't join my class unless you're on your spiritual mission, because you're gonna fuck up my energy and make me look bad because of your energy. You see what I'm saying? So like that's why I don't trust any of these financial class. I don't like to be around people when I know my energy is high. And this also can work in reverse. Like if you have low energy, you can leech onto somebody and something and take energy to get yourself up. So it can also work in reverse as well. As that's called being a vampire. Like you draining energy and shit to that's right. Well, I don't want to get into that, but yeah, I'm not saying everything on here because I don't know who the fuck is watching. I probably put some other shit on my. Yeah, they do. They waste your time. A lot of people, and it's funny how these 9 to 5s, right? It's funny how most of the 9 to 5s, they're you'll see people like in their 20s and their 30s, and they be working at them, and then like they don't understand how valuable time is, because people in their 20s, even some people in their 30s, they may think time is like infinite and they have a lot of time, but by the time you get to 40 and 50, you're going to be looking like, damn, I wasted all these years working. Because by the time you get to 50, for the most people, their back is gonna be aching. They're gonna be not feeling energetic and shit. Not because they're 50 years old, it's because they didn't take care of their body for fucking 50 years. So they're gonna start feeling like that, and then they're gonna start not wanting to go to work and do that shit no more. They're not gonna want to do it no more, and they're gonna regret doing it. So this is why, like, I tell you guys, like, to get up out of that situation and not waste your time in it, so you don't have to have those regrets, because that's what's going to happen, because people think that they have all the time and they really don't. Yeah, you do have to cut people off when you reach, and you can don't be bringing nobody, like, don't even like, if you reach it, you can't bring people to help you out like that either. Like you gotta like know how to do it. Like let's just say you're somebody who's needs help, like you let's say you became your own entrepreneur or whatever, you need somebody to help you run your business. You can't go and hire your friend and your family because they're your friend or your family, you want to put them on, and like you can't do that. You have to hire somebody who's meant for that energy, because you go and hire them, then they're going to bring their old bot outdated non-ambitious energy into your business, and it's going to fuck it up, because they didn't manifest that, you manifested it, so they can't help that shit. You gotta have to get somebody else who already manifested a situation in their own life, then you can work with them, and that person will, since that person loves themselves to work on themselves, when they join your business they're gonna have love for your business. But if you go and hire somebody like your family or friend who really are fucking retarded and they're bots, then they don't have no love for themselves to get to your level. They can't love your fucking your own business. You gotta just understand. Like most people just don't have fucking care for themselves, so then yeah. But I'm just chilling right now, guys. Anybody has any more questions? So do you think your spirit will kind of force you into doing your life spiritual mission, especially if you're a bigger one? Yeah, it does that with everyone. It doesn't matter who you are. It does it with everyone. If you don't do it, then it's just gonna put situations that make it harder, and you're still gonna have to do it. That's why you want to just hurry up and do what you got to do right now, because pretty soon you're gonna like it's gonna get, because when your life gets harder and you feel like you're being attacked, that just means you fucked up and you weren't doing what you're supposed to be doing. So you have to do what you, anytime like you feel like your world is crumbling or like shit's going bad, don't look at it like you're being attacked. Look at it like you are just being set on a new direction to become better. Nothing's really like, 'cause it just it needs to get your attention because you've been slacking off. So the spirit gets your attention by making negative things happen, and then hopefully it doesn't fuck you up bad or kill you, and then you can learn from it. Fuck, that felt good. See, when I cracked my neck, man, because there's like a knot in the back of my neck right there, and like it was a big ass knot. Years ago, that shit was huge, and like I didn't even know it was a knot. I just, my neck would just had a big lump in it, and I didn't even know it was a lump. But then I stretch it out, and then the energy just flows, and like it's weird. That shit's hella weird. Like when it back in like 2016 is when I started going to the chiropractor. That was the first time I ever got like my neck adjusted. And before that, I had headaches from 2012 to 2016. I had headaches 24/7. So I used to just drink alcohol all day, every day. And I never used to buy it. I used to just go to the store and just steal me cases and packs. And um the vodka and the Patron, just steal me that shit, just drink it just to ease the headaches. And then when I started going to the chiropractor, I got rid of it. So I stopped drinking and shit and doing the fucking pills and everything because I didn't need it. And then that's when the energy was flowing. So I was getting a natural high from the energy. And like now I'm where I'm at right now, and like the knot's there, but it's so minimal. And it's weird because you guys see how I could crack my neck. I used to not be able to crack my neck because it used to be so stiff, but it got hella loose because of the yoga that I've been doing. So like that shit, it feels hella good just cracking that shit. Yeah, removed all that shit, and then like because the energy is able to flow a lot easier. And it's weird because I used to like stutter a lot. Everything I used to stutter. I used to fucking I used to have a lot of shit going on with me. Headaches, stuttering, even the way I was thinking, it the way I perceived, it all changed because of like removing that blockage. Because the blockage was putting pressure on my nervous system and shit. Yeah. But anybody got any more questions before I'm gonna drop the link. I don't know why I didn't drop the link. Fuck. I should have dropped the link earlier. I don't know why I didn't drop the link. Yeah. But yeah, there's a link right there if anybody wants to join. And then there's a Cash App if anybody wants to send any money to the Cash App. Yeah. And check out my new channel. I forgot to say it. Damn, I wish I would have said that in the beginning of this video. I'm gonna start promoting this channel, a No Faith 3. Everybody go check out this channel, a No Faith 3. Everybody go check out a No Faith 3. That's my backup channel, just in case they take this channel down. That one's already popping. It's already at 43 subs. And then I'm gonna that's gonna be my backup channel if they wanna fuck this one up. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, bro. So what's good with everyone? Is that it? Is that all the questions? I think that's it. He said, thanks to your channel, I'm now aware and have blockages and stuck energy. Yeah, most people, like 99% of people have block energy. Like that's what it is. You're like that's like everybody. And it comes out differently in everyone. It's different in everyone. It could even play out externally. Like some it's like for let's just say for most people, you may have mental illness or you may have depression or you may have just health issues or some shit. That's one type of blockage. There's other blockages where it could play out as you getting into accidents, car accidents, or people you always get in physical accidents. Like you always fall and break your leg or some shit. I remember I was at the hospital one day. I forgot, it was years ago. I was at the hospital, right? I was at the doctor's and it was like a hospital doctor. And the guy, he came in and he was like, "Oh, I got in a car accident, and this is like my fourth car accident I had in 3 weeks." And then, like in my mind, when he said that, it clicked. Like he was going through some type of spiritual lesson that he's not getting. Like he's not getting something that he needs to get, and then he keeps manifesting this shit. That's what I got when he said that. So it just tells you like you got to know what's going on. Like these blockages, they play out in a whole myriad of ways. Like that dude, he was dealing with a blockage or whatever he was doing. I don't know. I'm not living his life, but something was going on for him to keep having these fucking accidents. He said that was like his fourth one he had in 3 weeks. So that's not normal. That's something he needs to go back to the drawing board. But they don't teach people spirituality. And then people look at it for what it is. Oh, I'm just need to be careful. But it's like, no, you need to probably deal with something that has nothing to do with fucking driving or whatever. Not saying you don't need to drive safe, but he probably could have been driving safe. It just some shit happened because the energy is not there. The blockages, they play in different ways. And we're at a time right now where everyone has to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. Everyone has to remove their blockages. Like this whole year is not this going to be a normal year. Like if you're not doing what you got to be doing, it's going to be hell to pay. That's why you really want to do what you got to be doing right now. And that's why you're going to start seeing a lot of more people miserable because most people aren't going to be doing what they're going to be doing. And then it's going to correlate in hell that they're going to have to pay. And when that happens, you're gonna see people come. And this is now gives the government leeway to fuck with the people because it's like, well, if you got your shit together, then the government wouldn't be fucking with you like that. You see what I'm saying? So now they can like do shit, and the people can complain about, oh, this and that, and why are they doing this? And it's like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, you're part of the problem. Like, you're everything that you're saying that is negative the government's doing, that's the collective karma of people's stupidity. Like, you fucking caused it. So it's like, if people don't wake up, that's what's gonna happen. And it's like, it's crazy. That's why the kids nowadays, like a lot, I'm hearing that a lot of people saying the kids nowadays are older, they look older, and then they act. I feel like in a way, it's like kind of a defense mechanism that the kids developed because the adults are so stupid. The kids are stupider and stupid too, I'll say, but the adults are so stupid that raised the fucking Gen Z kids that I can understand why they look older and shit because they gotta like fend for themselves in a way and maneuver. Even though they can't do it really, they have to be able to maneuver a little bit more because the average adult is an idiot. If you really think about it, like, you have parents giving their kids certain shit. So it's like, it just tells you the state of the mind where people are. And it's like, when you see a lot of these Gen Z people out here, everyone's saying they look older, and it's like, they do look older. But when you look at the average Gen Z and you compare it to the average, and I'm not talking about no adult like the older generation, like boomers and shit. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like fucking the adults like fucking around 40 and shit. Like, I don't think that's a boomer. Boomers like over 50. They're just as dumb as fucking the Gen Z. Like, you really can't say anybody is really not that smart. They're all retarded. The Gen Z has retarded dumbass parents. So like how but at the same time, like, social media, it fucked up the Gen Z mind. It fucked up the Gen Z mind, social media. That's why they're all fucked up as well. But the same thing is like the parents, they're fucking retarded too. Because you gotta also look like the parents as well. Like, the parents are fucking retarded. Like, how are you having kids in this day and age and you can't even raise them right? But I'm probably gonna end this live stream, guys, unless somebody has any more questions. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end this live stream and then I'll probably come back a little later. What's that? Hmm. Yeah, man, I'm happy I'm back. Shit, I wasn't even gonna make a live stream today because my shit got banned yesterday. But I was like, I woke up in the morning. I just woke up, so I was like, let me come outside and make a video. Because it's like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like at this point right now, like, I don't even know why I even make videos really. Like, I like doing. I think I do it because I do it just for fun. That's why I do it. I like to just do it. If I don't do it to really teach anyone or do anything like that, I don't do it for anything like that. But I just like doing this, making videos. Yeah, but damn, it's 4:30 in the morning. Oh man. Yeah, thanks for everyone who sent all those donations and shit. Yeah, I think somebody sent me a donation, but shout out to whoever sent me that donation. Yep, shout out to whoever sent me that. Yeah, he said the whole alien agenda is BS. Hell yeah, that shit is BS. I don't know what the fuck's going on with alien agenda. I don't even watch. I don't even pay attention to it no more. Like I have to be searching for it to really see it in my reality. I don't give a fuck about aliens. I don't even see that shit. Bro. Yeah, the whole spiritual community is a joke. I don't think what I think is it's not like the spiritual community is a joke now. It always was a joke. It's just my awareness level wasn't up to par to be able to see it. And I'm not saying everything in the spiritual community is bullshit. I'm saying like 85% of it is bullshit. And then the other 15% is common sense. You didn't even need that shit to fucking come to that conclusion because it's common sense. So that's pretty much what the spiritual community is. It's just mostly bullshit with some common sense truth that we didn't need to come to that conclusion. Because you see, they're bringing all this alien, all these spiritualists were bringing aliens and Anunnaki, and they'll say fucking just weird shit. I remember this bitch was talking. I left a post on Instagram talking about how. Do you notice how a lot of people are disappearing offline? Like they just make note of some very subtle, stupid shit. They're like, "Oh, there was a hurricane in Beirut." Like they'll download an app and it'll tell you when hurricanes happen and tornadoes. And every time a tornado or a hurricane will happen, they'll literally say that it's because of Mother Nature's coming to get rid of the system and shit. It's like, oh, a tornado just happened in Beirut. That means the system's collapsing because Mother Nature is getting upset and killing. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, so I don't fuck with those motherfuckers no more. I feel like though it's good. Like it's like entertain, like VH1 or MTV. Pretty much, just like it's an entertainment. It's like BET or something. People watch it, they get entertained, and people who make the content get paid money, so everybody's happy. So that's how I look at it. Everybody just happy. We're making content. So, because I don't take any of that shit serious no more, man. Yeah, yeah, I teeth straight. I've been using that teeth aid. I've been using teeth aid. Yeah, it is crazy. It's already February. That's fucking nuts. We're already like in the middle of fucking February, and the year just started, didn't it? The year just fucking started, and we're already in the middle of February. That's crazy. Can't believe that shit. Like I said, by the time this year ends, it however fast you thought last year was next year is going to be quicker. So this year is going to be faster than next year, and then next year is going to be faster than this year. Because I noticed that trend. Each year is quicker than the previous. So however quick you thought last year went, this year's gonna go by quicker, and you already see it's already fucking February. That's crazy. By the time it gets December, that's why I say like by the time this year ends, it's about to be a different world because this by the end of this year, This is pretty much the last year of any, because no, these next 2 years are going to be like the last year. Once these next 2 years go by, we're going to be like in a different time, right? Like it's going to be a different, we're going to be in a different energy. Like they're going to probably have an updated, like the system is going to update like in 2 years. It's going to update. So they're going to add, they'll probably get rid of money and shit and change a bunch of shit and change some laws and make, I don't know, just, it's just going to be different. Oh, man, but I'm probably gonna end this live stream. Probably gonna end this live stream. He said, I remember how he said fast life was going to be last year. Yeah, that shit was fast. That shit was fucking fast. That's why you always want to be doing something. Like that's why I've been doing my stretching, my yoga, my energy work. I've been doing that every single day. I do it every single day. Energy work, yoga, stretching. I do it every fucking day. I wake up in the morning, do my energy work, do that every day. Do my yoga after. Sometimes I do my yoga before, sometimes after, but I get both of them done in the morning. Then throughout the day, I just do energy work. I'm gonna take it up. I'm gonna start doing it a lot more. I was only doing it twice a day, but I'm gonna start doing the energy work throughout the whole day. Like because I thought you're supposed to just do it in the mornings and at night, but what I'm seeing is that the energy work is like you do it throughout the day. But that's what you do, like because of breatharian. This one lady, she was doing it. She was explaining her process of becoming a breatharian, and she said she was doing that. She was doing energy work, yoga, and all that for 16 hours a day. She was doing that shit for 16 hours a day when she was building it up. Because when you do it, it's like it's actually fun when you do it. When you're really building the energy work and you're doing it, it actually is like it's soothing and shit. Because you're building, you can feel the energy flowing through you. Oh man. Yeah, I'm about to keep this live up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to be more respectful. Or not respectful, but cuss a little bit less in my videos. I think I did good this video. Like I'm still gonna cuss and shit because I like to cuss. Like I really don't care. Like that's just something I like to do, and I'm gonna always cuss. So fuck you. But in terms of like getting disrespectful, then I'm not gonna get disrespectful. Even though I am, because like you can't say you don't like certain races on here or certain um like you can't say F and then say something. You can't say that because they get upset. Yeah. Because me, I don't like everybody. I'm just gonna keep it like that. I don't like everybody. Certain people I just don't like, and that's it. Just like there's certain foods you don't like, certain things you don't like. Some things I don't like are walking. Yeah, guys. Shit. Yeah, I might end this live stream. Alright, hold on. I got like a few more percent left. I might just go into my shit before it runs out.
But look, man,